This episode of the Clear Shots podcast is brought to you by Pinecast.com. Pinecast.com is an easy-to-use podcast hosting site that lets you post your show to the leading podcast platforms, including Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and more. Their free plan works for short-form podcasts, and their cheapest plan is only $5 a month. With Pinecast, you'll get access to unlimited episodes, unlimited storage, unlimited bandwidth, accurate analytics, and a website creator. Sign up for Pinecast today using the promo code R-63F8FB to get 40% off your first 4 months. If you have a podcast or are thinking about starting a podcast, there's no better place to do it than Pinecast.com. Again, visit Pinecast.com and use the code R-63F8FB to get 40% off your first 4 months. Welcome to the show, everybody. Today, we had Bill on the show. It's been a while. We talked about all kinds of shit, really. The first part was all over the place, and the second part was like mostly MMA talk and wrestling and shit like that. So, we did probably a little bit over 2 hours. So enjoy.
Give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot!
Alright. Let's go. We finally got the audio working.
About time.
That was dope. I love when it takes 3 computer restarts to get the audio devices to actually work.
It's whenever I show up, I got some fucking weird electrical field in my brain or something.
Yeah, there's like a magnetic field that fucks with it. I don't know, man.
It's my fucking aura. I had seizures when I was a kid, so it just fucks with everything.
Things just don't work these days. Things just don't work. Maybe I'm getting old. I feel like that's an old people thing to say. Like, things should just work.
Fucking boomer.
You should just be able to plug things in and have them work right off the bat.
Well, there's no money in that shit. You gotta fucking take them to get them fixed. And then they got this DRM shit. You hear what? I think John Deere. They have the fucking software in their new tractors.
Dude, yeah.
You're only allowed to take it like to the John Deere store to get it worked on.
Yeah, dude, there's like a whole... Like, farmers across America are hiring, like, software engineers and hackers and shit. Because really? John Deere... They're putting DRM in tractors.
Well, here's the thing is, like, these companies will be able to do that just through GPS and Wi-Fi and things like that. Mm-hmm. They'll be able to control, like, all their products.
Yeah.
Like, with software updates and things like that.
Yeah.
Cars do the same thing. Yeah. I remember my dad, on the last Ford he had an F-150 Lariat. And it had he had the Wi-Fi and the phone signal and stuff built in.
Yeah.
And all that. And it updated. He had to do a firmware update. And it made it so his fucking FM radio antenna just didn't work. So, like, I think it was just his radio antenna in general. So he couldn't get satellite radio, FM, AM, nothing.
Cars now where it's almost like you have a fucking living room. It's like they got like YouTube built in and shit. It's like, why the fuck do you need that? Brian's fucking car when we were coming back from Callan. I was like, why doesn't that screen dim?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking bright as hell.
It's weird because there's just a giant screen in the middle of your console.
Yeah.
While you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, shouldn't that like dim out? It has to have that kind of functionality. There has to be a way to do it.
Yeah.
But you would think it would be able to at least get less bright than it is. Or just shut off completely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like fucking night driving because
you're
like not supposed to have the lights on inside the car when you're driving.
Yeah, you would think it would be like fucking illegal. You're not supposed to have like any sort of lights in your car because it fucks with your vision.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it does. Theoretically, but it doesn't really bother me, it seems like.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to fuck with other drivers or some shit.
Yeah. Well, some people can't have, like, bright lights around, like, a TV that they're watching, or, like, other screens. Like, people get freaked out at bars sometimes because there's a bunch of TVs.
Yeah.
And they can't like focus on one thing. That, I don't know, that might just be an attention thing. Like, maybe you just don't have a good attention span.
It's just like epileptic or something.
Or you're easily distracted. I mean, naturally, I guess we are attracted to light in the first place.
Yeah, kind of like moths, but not as aggressively.
Right.
Yeah.
I fucking killed a centipede in here yesterday.
Oh,
Was
shit.
it a centipede or one of those silverfish?
No, it was a centipede. And those things are weird, too, because they're so fast.
They
Ew.
really are.
And they can't really see. Like, they don't have eyes, but they can see, like, differences in light. So, like, when it's dark, that's when they come out.
Yeah.
So you'll see them, like, and they are fast as fuck.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
they fucking bolt.
Mm-hmm. You can't alert them at all. That's the thing. You gotta be, like, sneaky.
Yeah. They're fucking... I always thought that all centipedes looked like the fucking crazy, like, tropical ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like the huge ones with the segmented bodies and shit.
Yeah.
Those things look like they come straight from hell.
Yeah, like the ones in Super Mario. They're just a bunch of circles attached to each other.
They got the fucking shoes and everything, little flower on the
The
top
giant
hat.
yellow shoes.
Wiggling the body as they walk, all seductively.
Yeah. And if you have Yoshi, you can, like, eat each piece of it. Each piece of the centipede. Like those giant cactuses that they have in the game.
You jump on them and they just fucking get angry.
Yeah. The ones in fucking Mario Odyssey, like, expand and contract. Like,
What?
they'll, like, be in one spot, and then they'll expand, and then they'll be over here. It's fucking so weird.
It's sketchy.
And you can, when you throw your hat at them, you can take over them, and you can, like, be in one spot and then expand to a platform and then be there. Like, it's wicked cool, because all the enemies in Mario Odyssey, you can, like, take over
Yeah.
and, like, use their abilities and shit. It's really fucking cool. That game's super dope.
Yeah, I always thought it was like, I don't know, once I actually saw the gameplay, it's just like, oh, it's just a tricked out version of
Mario
Galaxy without the whole sphere thing.
Yeah.
And from the first trailer that came out, they just made it look like it was going to be like Mario in the real world.
Yeah.
And it comes out, it's a whole different game.
Yeah, that's just one of the levels.
Yeah.
Like, one of the maps. It reminds me a lot of Mario 64. Like, I played so much Mario 64, like, all the locomotion and everything is the same. Like, a lot of the animations and everything like that. Which
It's a
is fucking
classic.
sick. And there's a costume in the game that you can get that's Mario 64. And your character, like, goes to 64-bit and, like, looks like the
shit.
one from the original game.
It's sick.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. That shit's
I think
cool.
the castle from Mario 64 is in it, too.
God
Like,
damn.
at least, like, the lobby part. Like, you
Yeah.
can go into the castle, and it's the lobby with the little star on the floor.
Nice.
I don't even remember what that did. I think if you stood in it and, like, looked up at the mural on the roof, it was, like, a bonus level or some shit.
Yeah, I think that's how you got the fucking, like, the wing hat. Like,
Yeah.
turn those blocks on or something.
Yeah, and then if you get 100 stars, you get Yoshi up on the top. The game was so good. It gets fucking hard, though.
It's crazy to think, though, like, that came out in, what, 96?
Yeah.
And then the remake came out for the DS in, like, 04, 05.
Yep.
It was less time between the original and the remake than the remake to today.
Wait, what was that? I'm sorry.
Super Mario 64 DS.
Mm-hmm.
There's less time between the original Super Mario 64 and the DS remake than there is between the DS remake to today. That makes me feel old as shit.
Yeah.
I remember when that came out. I remember I wanted to get a DS just for the
I still
Mario
want to
DS.
grab it and just
Yeah.
to put it in the 3DS. It has, like, different characters and shit you can play
Yeah.
as.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Wario.
And, oh, that sucks. I want Waluigi, dude.
That meme needs to die.
I just want Waluigi.
But I do want
'cause-
Waluigi.
Yeah.
He's always been one of. I always picked him like in Mario Party and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I just think he's cool. I think he's just
Yeah.
such a goofy character.
Yeah, he's the dopest.
Waluigi's the winner.
Is that his actual voice?
That's what he says in Mario Party 5, at least.
He looks like a goddamn child abductor.
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you which Mario Party games I've played.
I
so many of them.
together.
I exclusively played 5.
Isn't there like fucking 12 of them?
Yeah, 5 was cool because it was dream-based. You were traveling through the dream world to conquer the dreams of the universe from Bowser like back or some shit.
Oh, shit.
But like they
Seems
had
realistic.
this mode. They had 3 really cool modes. They had one that was a Mario Party like chess game, not chess, but it was a board game version of Mario Party.
Like Elephant?
Yeah, but instead of mini games, it was like cards. So it was sort of like Elephant.
Yeah.
And you had to like, or no, it was more like Minesweeper. You had to navigate around the map. No, you
You just press randomly and...
No, you had to navigate around the map, around the chessboard or whatever, and flip up cards, and you had to collect the points and the stars and all this other stuff.
Why didn't they ever do a Pokemon one? Because remember Pokemon Stadium had those mini games?
Yeah.
And they were so much fun.
Shit.
But like, why didn't they do like a Pokemon Mario Party kind of thing?
I wouldn't have played that shit.
I would have
Dude,
played
you could
this
put
shit out.
Pokemon in fucking anything,
Yeah.
dude.
That's true.
Like I've been saying for years, imagine like a Smash Brothers clone, but all the characters are fucking Pokemon, and you fight with them often enough, they gain experience, level up, and evolve and shit, and you can like fucking pick their moves and shit.
Yeah.
That would be the best.
That'd be sick. I feel like they should just do a Pokemadden.
Yeah.
It's Madden with
Didn't
like-
they have one of the Mortal Kombat games had chess?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? Your pawns only had like 20 health.
Yeah.
You had to fight each other on the board when you hit each other.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just looking at Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance came out in fucking 02.
We were just talking about
Really?
that.
Yeah, I think we talked about
We
that.
watched that music video. You know the music video for that game?
Godsmack, right?
Yeah, it
No,
was
it was-
Edema. You
Oh,
can't
shit.
kill me. I'm immortal. Yeah, we
Holy
watched that the
shit.
other day. Dude, that was fucking hilarious because the music video, the whole music video is in a green screen, and the green screen background is just the game. And like they get killed by Scorpion at the end and shit.
Naturally.
I think it's just hilarious that you had to play the game to unlock a shit music video. Like,
Yo.
They s-
Edema wasn't even that big.
no, but they were after they were in Mortal Kombat. They still have the crypt in the fucking new games.
Yeah.
The Crypt in 10 was pretty fucking sketchy, dude.
Yeah, because shit would like jump out at you and
Yeah.
shit.
What?
It's
Goddamn.
and it was huge. Like I couldn't really I got lost in that thing a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
I played 4 a lot, and then I played like Deception and Deadly Alliance and 10. I think those are like the main ones I played, and because I was so bad at the first like 2,
Yeah. They're hard as shit, dude.
because everyone I'd play against would just crouch and then uppercut me every single time, and then it
Yo.
takes half of your fucking health bar.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, there's some characters in fighting games that just like you really can't lose with.
Yeah.
It's-
Cabal and MK9, the first one that was on PS3. That
I don't think I played it. I might have.
Cabal was in his own tier. Like, he was so unfair. Because he had the fastest combos, and every single combo would stagger. And he also had
Jesus.
those hook swords, and if he hit you with the hook swords with the enhanced attack, he'd just launch you across the map, and he could chain it into another combo, hook sword you again, go back and forth. He did this thing when he was like the Flash, and he'd sprint across the screen wicked fast, and it would stun your character for way too long. And yeah,
What was the one where you play as Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and you just like it's like a platformer?
anthologies.
No,
No, Mortal Kombat anthologies.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's the platformer.
It's like
It's like a beat 'em up. It's like a beat 'em up platformer.
Yeah, that's what it is, but I don't think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's called Anthology Sub-Zero.
No.
You play as Sub-Zero, then when you beat the game, you could play as Scorpion.
Yeah, but I was playing 2-player and it was Sub-Zero and Scorpion or something.
Huh.
I think that you can do that too.
They had Shaolin.
And then it had
Shaolin monks.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And then because I
Liu
think
Kang and Kung Lao.
yeah, you unlock them afterwards or something like that. Or no, what? It's the other way around. You play as those two.
Yeah.
And
then you unlock Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
That was the beat 'em up too, right?
Yeah. It was okay.
Do you remember Deception? How it had the conquest mode and it was
Yeah.
like an open world with quests and stuff.
Yeah.
That one was cool, but you played as that fucking weird kid, like Kyokushin or something weird.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, and he ends up.
What is your ringtone? I just heard that. It sounded like a fucking.
The text tone is when you find an item in Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was Pokemon. I haven't played Red and Blue in a long time.
Right? Dude, I was reading up on the fucking... Like, the mechanics in that game are so fucking busted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just a glitch fest.
The thing is, like, I probably could run through that game in a couple hours now.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Pokemon
beating
Blue?
that. Yeah, because the Kanto region, like, I just know it like the back of my hand.
I think you have to at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's... I still have so much fun replaying those ones.
Right?
They
There's
really
just
are
like...
so great. That's why Crystal, Silver, and Gold are the best, because you can beat Johto, and then you go to Kanto.
I want, yeah.
I want them, like, they're doing the next big Pokemon game on Switch, right?
Yeah.
They should try, it's going to be huge, and they should try to put the entire...
all the regions in there.
Yeah, even if they're... Even
I mean,
if
how many are there? 8 now?
7.
7. Even if you
Johto,
just start
Hone.
off with the 8th one, the newest one, they're doing a new generation for it, probably.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
And they're
even if-
coming out with a new it's basically a Pokemon Go spin-off, but you go through Kanto like Yellow.
Yeah.
But the
that's,
battle system and everything are taken right out of Pokemon Go. So it's all like dumbed down to baby shit.
No, the battle system's the same. Or the battle system's like like the original games.
Oh, okay.
It's the other way around. The catching is like Pokemon
yeah.
Go. Which I mean, I don't know.
Fucking casuals.
The thing is, like, I always felt at a certain point in Pokemon games that wild encounters were just tedious.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing really to it, and most of the time I'd just throw a ball at it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's all it's gonna be.
That's why I ended up playing the simulators online, because the game's just a grind at some point.
Pokemon Go.
Any of them, really.
Yeah. I have to play them on an emulator sped up. Otherwise, it won't work.
Yeah. Yeah, I just play battles online on Showdown.
Yeah.
That's fun. Just pick your Pokemon, stat them up, build your team, and fucking fight them.
There's one that I just put in my Discord server that is kind of cool. Like, the more people chat in the server, the more chance there is for, like, a spawn, and it'll spawn in a channel, and you would catch it. The first person to guess, like, the right Pokemon's name would catch it, and then you can level it up as you chat, and then you can battle with people, like, you can change their movesets and everything,
Nice.
and you can battle people with it.
Holy shit.
There's, like, battles and trades and shit. It's really cool.
That's sick.
I was like, this is fucking awesome, because I have a Pokemon Go Discord, so I was like, well, people will probably play this, and they do, so
God damn.
it's pretty cool. But you can, like there's a command that'll give you, like, a list of all the moves you can learn at that level.
Yeah.
So, like, the more you chat, you get XP, or the more people you battle and defeat, the more XP you get and shit. And they evolve. It's pretty sick. I mean, that's... At least you're, like, playing with the actual mechanics of the game. Like, it's turn-based and shit.
Yeah. That's sick.
I don't know, I think with the Switch, they have, like... I mean, it's pretty much it's like handed to them on a silver platter. Like, what they need to do. Like, it's pretty obvious what they can and have to do.
There's so much less depth. Like, I don't know. Half the time I don't even like the actual Pokemon game mechanics, but there's just so much depth, so many different ways you can like build a Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
All your fucking sweepers and setup moves and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, I think, yeah, Linoon from Gen 3, the fucking weasel thing that's in every route.
Yeah.
That thing gets Belly Drum, so you can sack half its HP to max its attack stat, and then it has the ability Gluttony, which means that, like, berries that would trigger at 25% health trigger at 50% health instead.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a berry that triggers at 25% that gives half your max HP back. So you can belly drum down to half, get all your HP back, your attack stats maxed out, and then it learns fucking extreme speed. So you just rip through everything.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of fucking weird builds like that.
I always thought it was weird when like the abilities don't trigger until like 25% health or something like that. Because now it's like, well, unless you can heal them immediately, that's kind of pointless. Especially at like the higher levels, like or when you're a high level and you're just gonna one hit everything anyway, it's useless.
There's one Pokemon, Swoobat. It has the ability Simple. So all stat changes are doubled. So you fucking put Substitute on this thing. And you sub down to 25% HP. Which will trigger a berry that boosts your speed 1 stage, which becomes 2 stages. If you can get lucky enough to get one of the substitutes to stick, you have a free turn to use Calm Mind, which will boost your special attack and special defense both 2 stages. So your special attack, special defense, and speed are all doubled, and it gets the move Stored Power, which gets an additional 20 base power for each stat stage increase. So you can be fucking around with 140 base power, psychic type attack, double special attack, double speed, and rip through a party with that.
It's like the only time you need that, though, is like when you're facing someone who's that deep into it.
Yeah, like the actual campaign's easy as fuck.
Yeah, like really, especially in the newer ones when like the EXP share is basically there like from the start.
Yeah.
So like everything's leveling, and as soon as you play through the main campaign, even if you speed run it, everything's high enough level to beat everything basically. I mean, in the new ones, I probably had to train the Elite Four maybe 3 or 4 times before I could beat them. And I mean, if you just use fucking hyper potions and shit, you're fine.
Yeah. It's so weird because, like, if you leave the experience share on, your whole party ends up over-leveled if you try to do anything but run straight through the game. Mm-hmm. But if you turn it off, you're going to end up under-leveled for everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I just let it go. Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, your whole party's like fucking 70, and then your starter's like 100, so...
Yeah. I actually ended up benching my starter. I didn't like any of the ones from Sun and Moon.
I didn't mind Incineroar because the fucking Dark and Fire was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we're doing a write-up. Didn't mean to derail Pokemon.
Oh.
We're doing a write-up for Reddit about if you took a team of the last 15 Rookie of the Year award winners, would they be able to beat the Golden State Warriors?
Oh, shit.
And I think they not only beat them, but I think they destroy them.
Talking like Tom Brady?
Yeah. Basically, the lineup is going to be this. I won't explain all the players, but I'll show you the lineup. I think it's going to be unfair.
Malcolm Brogdon carries.
I'm using their skill level from this past year. So it's LeBron James. Okay, yeah.
Tom Brady.
LeBron James, you're good. Amika Okafor.
He's not half bad.
He's not half. He'll average 4 and 4.
Well, back in the day, he wasn't.
Yeah. Chris Paul, another really good playmaker.
Yeah.
Brandon Roy, He doesn't have any knees, so he can be the coach. And then you have Kevin Durant, which just LeBron and KD on the same team is pretty unfair.
Yeah.
And Derrick Rose, he can come off the bench and then tear another meniscus.
Yeah.
Tyreek Evans, which is basically like a watered-down diet LeBron.
Honestly, I blame Derrick Rose for me not watching basketball. Because I was a Bulls fan, and like I feel like if he was actually active all the time, I'd probably watch a little bit more.
He's not even... Yeah. I miss watching him. He was so exciting.
Yeah, and it sucks because that injury completely... His play style was so dependent on having that athleticism.
Mm-hmm. That was it. GG.
So then after Tyreek, we have Blake Griffin, who's going to be like the only power forward on the team. And then Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard.
Ooh.
Michael Carter Williams. I didn't even have like any stats or explanation for him. That's just MC. He won't even be invited. Andrew Wiggins, who is just going to be the bench scorer.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the only center.
Yeah.
And then Malcolm Brogdon, who's going to be the captain. And then Ben Simmons.
No, I thought you were going to say Ben Stiller.
Ben Simmons is going to end up having to play the fucking 4 or 5 on that team.
Yeah. It's going to be weird. I think I might make that team in 2K tonight. Let's check it out.
I always thought it was funny. Like, Ben Simmons is 6'9", plays point guard. Clint Capella, 6'9", plays center.
Yeah, dude. And then you got Muggsy Bogues, 5'5",
Yeah.
plays power forward.
You just fucking tackling dudes. Just drop the shoulder and charge into them.
Old Muggsy. I only remember him from Space Jam.
I remember Muggsy from when I'd play 2K with my buddies, and I had my one friend Nick would exclusively pick the Raptors with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
Oh my god.
Muggsy Bogues was on like the tail end of his career, but for some reason his 3-point shooting in 2K is an A+. It's like a 96 or some shit, which is ridiculous. Whenever I do I play as the historic teams, I always have to pick the Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
And just run the pick and roll the whole time.
It's funny that all the short guys have the threes.
Yeah.
It's like you have to basically. Like that has to be your skill set.
Yeah, and you have to
Especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised Isaiah Thomas had to sign the fucking minimum with the Nuggets. This dude just came off 2 years ago, came off of a season where he almost won MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got hip surgery, recovered completely, and then the next team he goes to with the Cavs, he doesn't want to be on the bench. So he throws a fit and they get rid of him. And then he goes to the Lakers, and he has to come off the bench at the Lakers because you have Lonzo Ball and you're not going to start over Lonzo.
Are you just not allowed to have tall point guards? Because if you had a guy that was super tall and could shoot threes, he's just going to shoot them over people all the time.
Yeah, that's what Kevin Durant, he's listed as 6'8", but he's actually 7 feet tall, and that's why he's so good. And then Klay Thompson is 6'7", but he plays shooting guard. Most shooting guards are 6'4".
Yeah.
And Steph is 6'3", but he's all finesse. He doesn't need to be fucking
That
crazy.
was my whole game in NBA Jam was to just get a tall player and then get to the 3-point line and pump fake once until they jump and then, then shoot a fucking three.
You're literally Carmelo.
Yeah.
Jab step, jab step,
pull up,
jab step.
The Hezzy pull up jumbo.
It worked every time. And then you'd be
you got a point though. I think it's because a lot of guys that are taller, that when they grow up, they make them play the 4 or the 3.
Yeah, they make him play center or fucking power forward.
Well, it's like James Harden. He's a point guard, if you want to be technical, and he's 6'6", and that's why he's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taller. He can
just
shoot
build
over.
a team of all 7-foot guys. You might as well just do that.
Yeah.
then they all fucking break their knees, like fucking Kyle Broflovski.
I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone who plays basketball breaks their knees. Like,
Pretty much.
I feel like as soon as you retire, like 10 years after you retire, you can't stand up anymore. So, and jumping is out of the question.
Well, wasn't Magic Johnson like 6'10" and he played point guard?
Yeah.
That was
Ben
just
Simmons
unfair.
is 6'9", but he can't fucking shoot, so fuck him.
Yeah.
Right, you just gotta be able to shoot and be tall.
I miss watching Andre Miller because he was like a fat point guard and he only played in the post. like he would just drive and he would push whatever 6'2" guy was guarding him into the fucking low post and just hook or like a fadeaway.
There's always that one position. Like, there's always one guy on the team that's just not really that athletic, but they have one super good quality.
Like Dirk.
like any first baseman ever.
like Dirk Nowitzki was just, he could rebound, but he just fadeaways, dude.
Yeah.
7'1".
I liked watching him.
I fucking love Dirk.
That was about the last time I watched was when the Mavericks won.
The greatest gif of all time. The Mavericks are down by 1, and there's like 6 seconds left. They inbound the ball to Dirk, and he's like a foot away from the post, and he's just standing there, and the guy's trying to knock the ball out of his hands. He's moving the ball around like this, and he looks at the clock, looks at the defender, smiles, it shoots a fadeaway jumper, and it sinks.
It's like a movie, dude.
The dude did not give a fuck.
Straight up movie shit.
Dirk was so cool. I'm glad he stayed with the Mavs his whole. He's about to be on his 21st season.
He's got to be up there now.
Dang.
He's 40 years old. Yeah, 21 years.
So his knees are really gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who else was there? There were a lot of guys that have really
Why don't
weird
they just
play styles.
They should just play basketball with moon shoes. So then nobody gets
They tried and everybody fucking died. Remember that?
What was
slam ball?
slam ball. That was all trampolines. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The whole court was trampolines.
I feel like people probably fell into the hoop and shit.
No, well, a dude like fucking broke his neck or some shit.
Well, it obviously like, there's so many trampolines. All you have to do is land in between two of the trampolines, and you're fucked.
Yeah, that's the thing is they couldn't make it one big trampoline.
Yeah,
because the whole
impossible.
physics would be fucked up.
Everybody gets like the double jump thing, like the like when someone first goes down and then you land right after them and you missile up even harder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some of my friends were talking about that, like, if you could double jump in real life, how does the football meta game change?
Yeah, that's true.
You win. You win.
Every tackle happens in midair.
Oh, you mean if everybody could?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd have meant one guy could. If one guy could double jump, you just get like
he would just hurdle everybody.
Just lob it every fucking down.
You wouldn't even have to aim.
I don't even know. You could just or you would just have a running back that can double jump over the entire line. And he just ends up in the secondary every play.
Jerome Bettis double jumping.
It's like a 20-yard run every time because he double jumps. I'm sure that's a mod for like fucking some football game.
Backbreaker.
Yeah. I wish that game like turned into something. Because the tackle physics were awesome.
Mm-hmm. That was the one where it was actual physics.
Yeah.
It's not like
it was like Euphoria. It was like a physics it was like a engine showcase kind of game basically. Mm-hmm. But the fucking physics actually look better than like Madden games do.
Madden's physics really pissed me off because it says that it's authentic, but you see the same animations so often.
Yeah, I've seen the same animation since 2011, basically.
Mm-hmm. I almost liked it more when they weren't trying to make it completely realistic with the physics.
Yeah,
because you knew, you had your specific ways of tackling. You know what I mean? I think it was one of the
like what's weird too is like a lot of times like the first down, whether someone gets a first down or not is based on what tackle animation you get.
Yeah.
Like what tackle gets triggered. So like it's not really.
Yeah.
It should really be like as soon as you like dive or something, that should just trigger the physics engine, and boom, like that guy gets fucking hit whatever direction he gets hit in.
It's one of the NCAA games had it, so you had the hit stick, and each direction of the hit stick was a different type of tackle.
Yeah.
And then you also had X and A, but then you could also hold one of the triggers and use the hit stick, and it would be another different set of tackles.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is what they did was they were like, instead of actually using a physics engine and making the tackles all physics based, they tried to take the animations they already had and then put the physics on top of it, basically.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work.
You know what was the worst for that shit was fucking Blitz the League.
Oh yeah.
Because
the
like you had
remake?
like highlight plays and like you'd throw the ball and you're lining up for the interception and it goes to a fucking cut scene where the receiver catches the ball.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
right.
the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in video games, dude.
I remember that was when you could kick people in the dick and you would watch their testicles explode. That's all I remember from Blitz the League. It like took all the actual Blitz from out of Blitz.
Yeah.
Like,
Blitz
I remember
2000 and 2001 were like the best ones.
Yeah.
I love the one where it was like Ultimate Football. I think it was the very first one for Nintendo 64, where it was just like 3-on-3 or some shit.
Yeah.
3 offensive linemen, 3 defensive linemen, and there was no running. It was only passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, and then you'd just have you'd move your stick left or right to like highlight the guy and just,
Yeah.
dude, that was such a good game. And then
Oh my
you'd
God,
you'd like fucking elbow drop people after every play.
Yeah.
Suplex people and shit.
You're just tackling the receivers before they can even run their routes.
Yeah. That was, oh my God, that's exactly what I did. Because, like,
Yep.
you wouldn't have to time the snap. You could just be sprinting at the line, like, in place. Just sprinting in place. And then as soon as the ball snaps, you just dive and tackle the fucking receiver immediately. So now there's only one receiver in the play.
Once you figured out how to do that reliably, the game was broken.
Yeah. You could sack people so easy, too, because you're already running in
And
place.
you dive
then you
like
just
10
go,
yards.
Yep, and then you just dive in them every single time.
I just remember beating the shit out of people after every play. That was
the best thing.
Yeah. And they all made the same noise, like, oh!
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you could kick them while they were down and like kick them like halfway.
You could
across
like
the
kick them down the field like a fucking curling ball.
And then you got like the little cheats you can put in before the game and give your dudes like wacky costumes and something. And like a team full of dudes in hot dog suits.
in big head mode.
We've definitely talked about this before, but the best Madden was Madden 03 with Andrew WK Party Hard.
Yeah, it
Oh,
absolutely
shit.
was.
Because it had NFL Europe and it had every historic team ever.
Yeah.
It was like for the Cowboys, it had every single Cowboys team that won a Super Bowl. Any team that you had that won one or made it to one was going to be on there.
Yeah.
And then
That's the thing is they could do that now, but there's no money in it because
Ultimate Team.
you wouldn't have to buy another fucking game.
Yeah.
You'd have such a big roster. You'd be set for like 3 or 4 years.
There was one, the last one that did it, I remember you could pick a team and you'd press like L1 and it would change the year. So you could even play like any year prior the teams were in there.
Yeah. That's how it should be. Even if it's not like actual names, they would just put like FB number 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was the 07, I remember, had the Hall of Fame players that you had to unlock. You would get tokens after you won, and you could buy Hall of Fame players to put in your franchise mode.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Do you remember that? I remember.
Like that's like the Madden Ultimate Team. Like before it was monetized.
Yeah.
The fucking Madden cards and shit.
Yeah.
Like you get play the card and you can have like all your receivers get plus whatever to catching, and they all like the cards all have the different grades.
Yeah. I miss Madden NFL Superstars. It used to be a Facebook game.
Oh shit!
And you could just like have like your own team.
Yes.
Like you'd build a stadium and
I
shit.
remember that.
It was like Farmville for Madden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. Is
game
that on mobile?
And I don't think it exists anymore. And I was a little bit pissed.
Dude, like, are there any Facebook games anymore?
I don't know. I think Farmville still exists. The second one.
Jesus.
I think what it is now is most of them are like apps, but they're like connected to Facebook.
Yeah.
So like you can play them on the Facebook browser or whatever, but
Remember all the shitty old MySpace games? Like, what was the Zynga?
Yeah, Zynga with the dog.
Yeah.
You know,
That's still a thing, too.
Well, there's Zynga Poker. That's pretty big.
I remember one, it was like a mafia game, and you just, like, bought shit, and it made you more money.
I remember that, yeah.
Just like,
I remember playing the vampire one.
Oh, shit, yeah.
The dog.
They're all different versions of the
dog.
exact
Yeah,
same
you know what
game.
I'm talking about.
You're gonna make the same game and reskin it 25 different times.
Yeah, that's what it was. MySpace was fucking shot, dude. If we tried to use that shit now, dude, we would not be able to figure it out. The only way you could talk to people was to leave comments on their page. So, like, to have a conversation, you'd pretty much just go to AIM. Because you'd come home from school and be like, dude, I can't wait to see if I have any comments. And then you got one comment. It's like a dude putting a smiley face emoji on your fucking MySpace page.
Yeah.
But he's in your top 8 now because he just left you a comment. So
I remember I would change my top all the time.
yeah. And then they had extensions you could use to add, like, you could have like a top 20 or some shit.
Yeah.
It got a little crazy.
Dude, that shit was like the Wild West, because this was like way back, so nobody realized, like, whatever pictures you put up, the whole fucking world can see. And people were just like putting the most ridiculous shit out there.
I don't remember being able to make your account private either.
No, I don't think so.
Like, if you were on there, you were on there.
Yeah, like, you can only see certain things, I think.
And everybody's parents...
Yeah, because if you didn't add them, you wouldn't see, like, all the customization they did and shit.
Yeah,
and you'd have to do it in, like, HTML. Like, you'd have to do all of it in HTML.
That's what taught me how to do that.
Yeah.
CSS and all that. It was fucking insane.
You'd go to, like, theme websites and, like, get
Copy-paste.
the code for the
And eventually you get good enough to, like, realize, like, oh, I've seen this shit enough that I fucking just go into the code and, like, change a couple numbers around, fucking change my font size and shit.
Yeah.
Felt like a fucking hacker.
Yeah, you kind of did. And then it had, like, profile songs. Then everybody would know the sick jams you were listening to at the time.
Yo.
And nobody would give a shit. That was, like, the majority of your comments, too. It's like, nice profile song. Yeah. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And you couldn't like comments. You couldn't like... and then there was private messages. Those were even more private.
Yeah, but you had to have a MySpace email to look at them.
Really?
Yeah, I remember... at least I had to set one up for something. And I ended up losing, like, all my old Xbox and PlayStation accounts because... I used a MySpace email and you can't access it anymore.
I wouldn't even know how to get into my account. I really wish they would have just left it like it was. Because this shit that they have now is no one's going to use that. It's all like music based and shit.
Yeah.
And no one's actually using that. Yeah. They would have more visitors visiting it just for nostalgic purposes than they actually have now.
Dude, and Tom sold it for a ton of money. He sold it for like $3 billion or some shit.
Yeah, and then I think whoever bought it, I think it was fucking Rupert Murdoch guy. His company bought that shit for billions, and then I think it was like 3 or 4 years later they ended up turning around selling that shit for like a couple $100 million.
Yeah.
Was Tom an actual person?
Yeah, he's actually a fucking huge troll too. He shit talks people all the time on Twitter. Somebody was like, "Can you?" They were like, "Can you imagine being the guy that invented MySpace and then Facebook just blows it out of the water?" And he goes, "Yeah, good thing I sold MySpace a year before Facebook for over $1 billion, faggot." Like, called him an idiot or something. He goes, "Yeah, I sold it and made $1 billion. What are you doing with your life?"
Thomas Anderson.
If I remember right, I think Justin Timberlake ended up buying MySpace.
It's probably true. Why does he live in LA? If I made that much money off of that shit, that's the last place I would fucking live.
Yeah.
This fucking LA with all those fucking people. I'd be living out in the country where no one knows where the fuck I am.
Like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Or JJ Watt.
Lesnar's basically a farmer.
JJ Watt lives in like a 5,000 square foot log mansion in like Canada. Or like North Dakota or some shit.
Dude, fucking Brock Lesnar lived out in the middle of nowhere in North Dakota, but it wasn't remote enough for him, so he moved up into fucking middle of nowhere Saskatchewan.
Doesn't he even like the Yukon territory or something, like where there's like more fucking...
I'd live on I'd just buy an island if I was that rich.
Yeah.
Can you do
Fucking-
that? You can't own land.
No, I guess not. Yeah, you're probably right. There's no such thing.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be dope. But the island has to have, like, you gotta have people hired to go get you shit. Because, like, if you're just on an island by yourself, I mean, that's gonna suck.
Dude, just buy a bunch of Velveeta shells and sauce and Bud Light Platinum and Chef Boyardee and some Pedialyte.
Yeah. And
Some
those
men's
big Hot
one a
Pockets. The 1 pound Hot Pockets.
Pounder Hot Pockets. Yeah, I told you about that, right, Bill?
Wait, what?
Garofalo sells half-pound Hot Pockets.
What the fuck?
They're like the size of a fucking Subway sandwich, and you can't cook them in the microwave. They don't cook. You have to cook them in the oven.
Oh
And you don't bite into it because it's so hot. You like cut it. It's so good. It's way too good.
That's just a fucking zony.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
It's way cheaper too.
They're basically just like Strombolis. They're little calzones.
You get a pound of Hot Pockets for like $4.50.
Oh god.
I hate it too because whenever I go there, they never have the pepperoni or the ham and cheese. They have a spaghetti and meatballs
What the
one.
fuck?
That's gross.
And
It's like
apparently the Philly cheesesteak ones are really good.
they got like a Spaghetti-O one. They did like a partnership with Spaghetti-O.
But it's like even if you cook the Hot Pocket, the SpaghettiOs are still cold. They're still like can temperature.
I still stand by the idea that a fucking Italian Dunkers like restaurant
God.
would fucking take off, dude. Like only Italian Dunkers.
Dude, speaking of dunking, did you see that the melting pot is shutting down? At the
No.
mall? They're going to be closed down by the end of the year.
Oh shit.
Dude, well, it's their fault. It's too fucking expensive. I remember I took a girl there once, and you get 4 courses, and it's like $35 per course of fondue.
Yeah,
What
the
the
first course
fuck?
is free, but then the other ones are DLC.
Yeah.
There are add-ons.
Yeah, it starts off with like pretzels and stuff, and then the next one is like different meats, like seafood, like shrimp or scallops. And then it goes into other meats like steak, and then the final one's a chocolate fountain. But it's like, it ended up being like over $200.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, between.
I feel like the chocolate fountain alone was like $75.
I think it was somewhere around there. I remember
You're paying for the fountain. You're not paying for the chocolate.
The drinks were ridiculous. The drinks were literally like $15.
That's where they get you.
Apiece.
That's where they all get you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll
Because
get you for fucking
you can't just
$6.
get. I mean, you can get just like a gin and tonic or whatever, but it's still $11.
Yeah.
And all their fancy drinks. They had one that was really good called.
Well, it's also so easy just to like, because you drink it and then you're like, well, I need another one.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy just to keep selling those, and they cost nothing, especially soda and shit.
Yeah.
They have this one called the Yin Yang, and it's in a margarita glass, and half of it is pina colada, and the other half is like a Black Russian. Or no, it's half White Russian, half Black Russian slushy with nonpareils on it. A white chocolate one and a dark chocolate one, and it looks
it's
like
like
a yin yang symbol.
It's like a twist.
God
It's like a
damn.
chocolate vanilla twist.
That shit was delicious, though.
Not even paying to eat. You're paying $200 to flex on people on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's what it is nowadays too.
You know.
People fucking just pay a bunch of money for food just to post it on their Instagram.
Shit's
Yeah.
annoying.
That's why I don't use Instagram. I feel like it's probably mostly just food.
I don't like it. I can't do the social media thing anymore. I went on a fucking huge rant last night on Facebook, and I looked this morning and I had like 11 notifications and like 6 messages. And I'm like, fucking A. Close it out.
Yeah.
Mine are always events that I am not interested in.
Yo.
Or MTV just posted a video to YouTube Watch or just posted a new episode to YouTube TV, or not YouTube, Facebook TV or something, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Facebook Watch, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking stupid, is what it is. Because like those buttons at the top of the Facebook app, it's like your newsfeed, friends. Then there's the fucking TV, and it has like weird episodes of shit you probably have to pay for.
Yeah.
And then your notifications, which are all events that I'm not going to go to.
Yeah.
Although I did see Cannibal Corpses in Rochester soon.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You know
That'd
who
be
else is in
interesting.
Rochester?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Oh fuck!
We're going to see him on the 4th.
Nice.
I got tickets, but I couldn't. Ticketmaster sucks.
Oh yeah.
So you can't really see where your seats are. Like I have no fucking idea. I know they're on the ground level.
And I think mine and Wes's are in the mezzanine. We're upper level.
Yeah, you got to bring your.
I gotta bring
binoculars.
I gotta bring a tin of Copenhagen and just spit on people.
The proletariat.
Look at all these people beneath me. Enjoy your spearmint saliva. You fucks.
Yeah.
I started watching F is for Family. I actually binge watched both seasons the past couple days. I forgot how good that show is. It's seriously, it's so good.
It's pretty good. It's like, it reminds me of King of the Hill, kind of, where it's like not like in your face comedy all the time.
Yeah.
Situational.
Dude, the
kind of
fucking
shit.
the Hillbilly Boys are the greatest. The fucking redneck kids. I
Yeah.
love the. There's a scene I watched today where they're pissing on this fort, the bullies' fort that they burned down, and they're pissing on it. And you have Billy and Philip, the two good kids, are pissing on it, and one of the fucking redneck kids comes over and he starts pissing, and it's like neon orange. And he's like, Mama said it's okay if it burns, as long as it doesn't burn for more than a couple of days. What the fuck's the other one? They're climb a tree and they're eating bird eggs, and one of them takes a bite and he goes, "Ew, my egg got a baby bird in it." What the fuck was the one they said? The last episode I just watched, I fucking died. I literally had to pause it. Oh, they're talking about how they're trying to kill the bully, and the hillbilly kids come over and they're like, yeah, we're gonna trick the bully into getting ran over by a semi truck or a mail truck because it takes the same route every time. And the kid goes, I remember when Daddy ran over a bunch of people with his car. We had to spend the next year in Mexico, and Daddy grew a beard. The other one's just constantly walking around with a diaper.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize how vile the show got, though. The second season literally opens up with Kevin, the oldest son, railing out that guy's girlfriend, and you see her boobs and her fucking bush and everything. Fucking sketchy, dude. The animation is so weird when you see nudity in it.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it fucking throws you for a loop and a half.
Yeah.
Fucking A. But yeah, that show is too good. Fucking A.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. I should.
The new season comes out in a couple months. They finished recording and they're in post-production now. So, I fucking loved it. It got wicked fucking brutal at the end of the second season. Like, so many people died for no reason. There was a ton of violence. It got weird.
Damn.
You ever seen it?
No.
You have Netflix?
Because the first season was just
totally
him like
watch it.
the first season was just him like losing his job basically.
Yeah, I think it started out with Halloween and it ended at Christmas.
Yeah.
And then the second season is about how he's trying to, he gets a new job, and while he's at this new job, the old job wants him back, and he's like, fuck you. And then his wife gets a job, and he gets jealous, and now he has to be the stay-at-home dad, and he has no patience for it. And it's just hilarious. I love that the dog almost dies in every episode. Like, you can just see it in the background, like eating batteries or like eating chocolate. There's one episode where the whole family is arguing and the dog's just mowing down on like chocolate bars and throwing up all over the place, and it flops over and it's just unconscious and they're still just fighting and they like, don't even notice their dog.
Oh, that's good shit.
It's just really good. My dad watched the first season. He loves it because it reminds him of growing up. Because he was Bill. He was the middle child, and his dad worked all the time, and his mom was always doing weird things and also working. And his older brother was a stoner, and his little sister was the princess that got whatever she wanted.
His dad worked at Mohican Airways.
Yeah. He worked at Fulton Airways. Yeah, it's good. Fucking I want to start watching Big Mouth again. It's a good show.
I haven't seen that, but it keeps popping up. Like I keep scrolling.
It's not bad. It's really weird. It's about this group of like 8th grade friends that are all going through puberty and how each one deals with it differently. And it gets really fucking weird. It's hilarious, but it's too accurate, and it makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm always like, well, I could watch this show that I've never seen before, or I could watch The Office again.
Yeah,
for like the 30,000th time.
That's how I get. I usually binge watch the same shows. It's always Aqua Teen, Harvey Birdman, South Park, and Ghost Adventures. That's my Mount Rushmore of TV.
I've been watching Sunny again because there's 13 seasons coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've also been watching Nathan For You again because
it's on Hulu now.
Yeah, that's just fucking awesome.
Oh, did you see that fucking meme that's like about Elon Musk? And it's like a picture of Nathan, and it's like, the plan is to build a miniature submarine out of spare rocket parts to go into a cave in Thailand where the kids have already been rescued, to prove that you could in fact do a better job than the actual rescuers, and to prove that one of them is a pedophile.
What's funny is you could just put Nathan's face on like anything that's a bad idea, and you would think it was his bad idea. Like,
well, it's like that's why he goes off the grid.
What's funny is like his bad ideas are almost good ideas. Like sometimes they work.
Dude, nothing will be funnier than the chili suit. This fucking suit that dispenses pureed chili. That one, and
I liked the one where he had the discount TVs. Like he was trying to get Best Buy to like price match it, and they had like a door that was like this high off the ground. He had everybody come in with a tuxedo and shit. Like you had a dress code, and then you had to go through the door and past an alligator to get the fucking TVs that were $1.
Dude, that could have gone so wrong. Like, imagine if somebody was like, fuck it, that can't be a real alligator, and he just gets his leg bit. No. He's getting more than a free TV. The mail-in rebate for the gas is good, too.
Yeah.
And I love that when, like, when it shows them
people even wanted to do it.
When it shows them at the campsite, it shows how much money they would save, and nobody was saving more than, like, $15.
Yeah.
And, fucking A.
The Ghost Realtor.
That one was good. I love when they go back. Did you ever seen season 4 yet?
Yeah.
When they do the retrospect and they bring the ghost. The
guy
Realtor
from
back.
The Hunk. The guy that did the host of The Hunk.
And he just shit talks him the whole time.
You had a 3-way with 2 dudes. He brings up the 3-way with 2 dudes like fucking 30 times. So.
I still can't finish the final episode. It's the movie, sort of, where he tries to get the Bill Gates impersonator a date.
Oh, yeah.
Tries to hook him up with the woman of his dreams.
They're like driving all over the place trying to find her and shit.
I love with the Best Buy one, he meets a Best Buy, a former Best Buy employee on a dating site.
Yeah.
And they go out for a picnic together, and he dresses up like a goth guy.
He says he works at Hot Topic and shit. And he asks what kind of discount they get and shit like that.
The price match rules and stuff. Oh, and at the end, he's just like, well, I didn't really feel comfortable getting into a lawsuit with Best Buy. You never know what's going to come out of that. That show's genius.
Shit.
That's why I love, like, he goes off the grid for like a year and a half, and people kind of forget about him.
Yeah.
He has to.
Yeah. So many of his ideas work, though. That's the best part.
Yeah, they work,
really
and then
do.
but they're such.
They're so bizarre that they
they're-
don't maintain.
Yeah, they're so convoluted, and it's like they can't continue to do that.
The wedding invitation one, where you can choose to send it
with a
like,
bunch of spam words.
He's like, I did a 1-inch penis all the way to
All
a
the way to
10-inch
10.
penis, and he goes, "Why 1-inch penis? Nobody wants a 1-inch penis." I've never seen an ad that said, "Hey, you want a 1-inch penis?" And then he's explaining
And then
it
he
to the
explains
lady,
it to them.
and she's just like, I don't need to know. I don't need to know the logistics of it." The dog, he keeps trying to pick the dog up, and he
keeps like attacking him and shit.
Yeah, that show is genius. It doesn't get old either, really.
Yeah.
Because there's like an undertone, like there's a subplot where like he's basically just trying to be liked by somebody. Like,
Dude.
he just wants
to have a friend.
There's the
And-
one with the lie detector, and the guy he's like, "Would you ever want to go hang out with me?" Like,
Don't they check his serotonin levels before and after?
Yeah.
And they go and buy a bunch of hats.
They keep asking him if he's ever watched internet porn, and every computer's wrong, and he keeps blaming that it's like Windows 95. He's like, that's not the most recent operating system, I don't think.
I love the fucking the one with the security guard for shoplifting.
Yeah,
His one weakness is big boobs.
And they try and like pitch a show.
Oh my
Dude, I would
God.
watch that show so hard.
Yeah.
Literally, they tried to make a show about...
They actually made a show with the private investigator. Like, he actually has
Yeah, he does
real
have
TV
one, yeah.
show.
I think it's on True TV, or it was.
Oh shit.
Yeah, where it's like him and his private investigation shit. It's so fucking bizarre. And he did porn. It wasn't porn. Well, you're inside that woman. Yeah, it wasn't porn. It was art. It was art.
Yeah. And then he gives him like a definition. He's like, yeah, now I know why my parents were so mad.
Guy's hung like a horse, though, dude.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man. Fucking, they need more shows like that. Like, I love when Eric Andre does his street skits. Nothing will make
It's hard
me laugh.
because what happens is when you do that shit, it's like once you've become popular, it's like that you can't do that shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Jackass couldn't really do it anymore. They had to like start dressing up with fucking costumes and shit
Yeah.
to do anything. Because your pranks would be you signing autographs, basically, and getting your picture taken and shit.
The Borat dude has a new show out.
I
and
saw
He's
that.
been gone long enough that people fell for it again.
I feel like he's so good at his character, though.
Yeah.
Like, that character, he's so convincing.
Saka Baron Cohen.
He's very, like, he says what that someone from that region would say. Like, he's very good at that. I think I think that's something I want to watch.
It's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
I love my favorite Eric Andre skit. Well, there's two. The one where he gets chased into the diner by the cop and they start making out.
Yeah.
But then the one where he's just walking on the street and he sees a lady and he goes, "Excuse me, miss, I have a question." She goes, "What is it?" And he goes, "How do you explain this?" And he scalps himself.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-second bit.
Yeah.
And he's just like pulling the wig back.
Holy shit. Oh, man, that is great.
Oh, the one where they vandalize the fake police car, and then Hannibal shows up and he goes, "Excuse me, sir, do you know what you're doing here? You know you know what you're doing?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm smashed up this car." And he goes, "Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Let me help you out with that." And he pulls out a bat. So it's a cop and Eric Andre beating the shit out of a fake car or a decommissioned car. He's actually been arrested a few times. There was one where
probably
he had to do a skit at a place, and there were like 2 or 3 different locations for this specific place, and they went to the wrong one, and they trashed it. And I know the art museum one was sort of fake. It was all art specifically made for the show, but they rented out an actual venue, set it up, and made it seem really fancy. And then that was when he comes in blind and destroys the entire thing.
Yeah. That reminds me of the Nathan For You, where he gets that
the
one
sumo
drunk
suit
guy. Yeah.
With the free pizza.
He tries to get the drunk guy to go into the fucking antique shop. He like breaks a bunch of shit.
And then when he leaves, he's like, well, thank you for letting me try this idea. And then he grabs like a super nice, like ornate vase and just smashes it, and then puts $100 bill and like salutes her and walks out. It's comedy like that is just so good because it's surreal. Like it's just like, is this really happening?
It's because what he tries to find as many loopholes as he can, like to fucking make something work. And it always turns into way more work than like it needed to be in the first place.
Dude, all that they would need is to just, instead of spending the money to come up with that ridiculous plan, spend the money to come up with ads.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Is just, all they need is publicity. You don't need to be fucking destroying their store.
I mean, he kind of gets some publicity, like the Michael Richards fucking $10,000 tip and shit that he.
Yeah. The electronics store that he did the Best Buy thing with actually blew up afterward. Yeah. Because a lot of people didn't even know that there was a local store.
That like Joe K's Deli or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they did that shit, people went there like crazy afterwards.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. I mean, really, he did what he came there to do.
Yeah. Oh my god. I love the gas station one where he's talking to the fucking old guy and he's just like, you drink the pee, and it makes you strong. You drink your grandson's pee? Grandson, granddaughter, son, daughter, any pee. Any pee will work.
I love how he just keeps questioning the people about the shit, too. He keeps asking him, like, just to reaffirm. All right. It's been an hour.
God damn.
So, what time is it right now?
11:20.
All right. Well, we can take a $5.
Easily.
Weird.
We're gonna listen to more Norm Macdonald, I guess.
No, I got a different guy from the Never Got Famous guy.
All right, we will see you guys tomorrow.
Take it easy.
Clear Shots is available on any of your favorite podcast platforms. ClearShotsPodcast.com is the best place to find all of our social media links. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.